All right, Dre Spec the Boxing here. I got another video for you. Errol Spence, hype job. Okay, I'm hearing that hype job. And, people are like, man, is it a hype job? You going across there overseas to fight Kell Brook? Everybody saying it's a hype job, a hype job. And I'm here to tell you, he a hype job. You know what I mean? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's a hype job. But the thing of it is, who wasn't a hype job? You think of names like LeBron James, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Cam Newton, and the list goes on and on. They were all hype jobs. It was a lot of hype behind these guys before, they hit, the main stage. And the reason that they were hyped is because we're amazed at the potential that these guys have. So I hear the term hype job, and people are trying to make it a negative because Errol Spence is a hype job. He's a hype job because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he's fought in his fights, the performances that he's put on. He's been hyped. Of course, you're going to hype people, and it's justified when they perform in a certain fashion. Now, it remains to see, how he, performs on the biggest stage. He had a big stage. His biggest stage to date was the primetime fight that he had versus Chris Algieri. And in that fight, the hype job performed spectacular. You know what I mean? I can't say it enough. You have Kell Brook. And Kell Brook, he has two big name oppositions. And that was Sean Porter and Triple G. And in the Sean Porter fight, he had a close fight with Sean Porter. He won. I looked at the fight several times, and I thought before going in, I predicted Kell Brook would win because of Sean Porter's inability to box effectively to beat, tougher fighters. So I predicted Kell Brook fighting, as that was the first time I started looking up Kell Brook fights and preparing to see him fight Sean Porter. And Kell Brook, it was impressive enough to me that I predicted that he would win a decision. And he did, of course, win the decision. Even though, he got away with a lot of holding in that fight. I didn't think he was going to do that. I thought he was going to work off the jab and use his reach ability and counter ability to beat him, which he did for the most part. And in between, when they got closer, he was out of his comfort zone. He grabbed and held on. And then the second fight that the big opposition that Kell Brook had was Triple G. And in that Triple G fight, he got his face broken. I can't express that enough. Kell Brook has two oppositions. One close fight. On the other big stage, he got his face broken. He shouldn't have been in a weight class. I don't care how you put it. I don't care what excuses you make up for it. It's a loss. And now we go to Errol Spence. Look at his record. Everybody on underneath... Now let's go back. Kell Brook. Everybody underneath Kell Brook took care convincingly. He, not convincingly, because he did have some tough opposition. The way he struggled with the American fighter, I forget his name off the top of my head. But other than that, he did what he had to do. He won the fights that against lesser opposition. Now we jump back to Errol Spence. Errol Spence, with the opposition that was put before him, he won all the fights. The difference between Kell Brook and Errol Spence is Errol Spence won in dramatic fashion. He got rid of these guys, the lesser opposition. The way he went about destroying these lesser opposition is why he's getting the hype. Kell Brook doesn't get that hype because he didn't destroy them the way in a fashion that Errol Spence did. You look at it like the other European fighter, big name, is Anthony Joshua. The reason Anthony Joshua is getting the hype that he has is because the way that he went about destroying his opposition. And you get that hype, and then when he was presented with the big stage of fighting Klitschko, he earned the hype. He destroyed Klitschko. Now, it wasn't easy, but he did knock him out. So at the end of the day, you have to give credit where credit is due. Earl's first big name opponent is Kell Brook. when you think about it, because I don't count Chris Algieri as a big name opponent. I think he was the biggest to date, but not a big name. So Earl Spence fighting a champion in Kell Brook is going to be his biggest opponent, and now we're going to see how he fares. In my opinion, because of the way he destroyed, lower class opposition, I believe that he's going to go in here and he's going to put more than enough effort in and show more than enough skills to outdo Kell Brook in this fight. And he's going to win. It's either going to be, I say, a late round TKO, or it's going to be a decision. In any case, I find Errol Spence winning over Kell Brook. Now, the reason being is I feel Kell Brook, and the thing, and this is what I've seen, a lot of people discredit other fighters and try to bring them down in order to build their fighter up. Just tell me about the skills. I don't need you to tell me about what Errol Spence is doing and how terrible he is in every fashion, and just to make your fighter look good. You know what I mean? And I won't do that in any case, because I'm a Kell Brook fan. I only tell you what I see and flaws in which I feel like the other fighter can capitalize on, but I'm not going to say that, oh, Kell Brook is a terrible fighter. No, he's not terrible. He's a good fighter. He's a really good fighter. That makes this a good fight. But the thing of it is, when I'm getting into my prediction and people don't understand, is that when I say Errol Spence he is a great fighter in my opinion. Based on his come up to this point, he has performed great. So it's nothing leading up to this fight to make me say, well, no, he's not going to perform great in this fight, because everything he's done up to this point in his professional career has been great. So it's a thing about great fighters and good fighters. The great fighters have a way of making good fighters look mediocre. And that's the best way I can explain it when I'm talking about it. Great fighters have a way of making good fighters look mediocre. And I see that that at the fight that Errol Spence is gonna be making Kell Brook look like he's not as good of a fighter. And it happens. And it's nothing against Kell Brook. And you know what I mean? I don't want to hear any excuses like the weight issue or injury, and vice versa. I don't want to hear any excuses if Errol Spence was to lose. I don't want to hear he was inexperienced. You know what I mean? He is 27-year-old man. Well, 20, I think 26, 27, whatever. You know what I mean? And he's a man. So at the end of the day, he's going in here to fight another man. He's going to put his best foot forward. Kell's going to put his best foot forward, and whoever comes out is going to be victorious. And, more power to him. And I feel like whoever comes out of this fight, in my opinion, will be the best welterweight in the welterweight division. And I just feel like these are two of the better ones, and Keith Thurman being the third. And by them testing each other, I feel like they're putting jockeying themselves in position as first, because I didn't think highly of Danny Garcia nor Sean Porter as top welterweights, but they were champions and former champions. So Keith Thurman, I feel like fighting the winner of Kell Brook, Errol Spence, will solidify out of that fight will be the best welterweight. And that's the only way it can be, the best fighting the best. So, just as a hype job, Errol Spence is a hype job, but justifiably so. He's supposed to be a hype job when you're doing what you do. You going and taking care of business. And I don't see no difference on May 27th. I feel like he's going to go in there and he's going to, do what he does, and the hype will be justified again. But hype has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? In a sense, the skills are going to play out. Whoever is the better fighter will win the fight. Point blank, period. All right, signing out.